Well, that was a fun little game for the Eagles last Thursday. Oh boy, they welcomed back Andy Reid by just giving him a win. Well, not that they gave it to him. The Chiefs were the better team, and they obviously won the game because they were the better team. Not much to say about this game. Pretty much everything I said was true. I said that, and I can't be too upset because I predicted the Chiefs were going to come into Philadelphia and win. I told you the Eagles needed to score. I told you last week the Eagles needed to score 28 points if they wanted to beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs scored 26. 28 would have done it. I told you Michael Vick would have got injured by the end of the game. Michael Vick got injured by the end of the game, even though he's coming back to play Denver this week. God have mercy on us all. Terrible defense, terrible offense, though. The one thing that was surprising about this game for the Eagles that was one of the few pillars that this team has is that offensive line. That offensive line last Thursday looked like shit. You can criticize Mike Vick's decision-making a lot for what he did, because he did a lot of that same old shit that he did last year, the in the pocket, in the pocket, in the pocket, oh, I'm waiting too long, now I'm sacked. Like, a lot of that shit that we saw last year came back last Thursday. Just the terrible decision-making, but it did not help that the offensive line was just letting motherfuckers come through all night. It just looked terrible. Jason Peters, I've never seen him get rushed over so many times, and Lane Johnson looked terrible. The whole line looked awful. Jason Kelsey spiking the ball into his ass, getting a turnover, 5 turnovers in all, and It's one of those things, and a lot of Kansas City fans are coming to me saying, oh, do you think Kansas City's the real deal now? And I'm like, no, not really. For starters, they beat 2 NFC East teams, which is like worth an eighth of a win in the NFL this year. I see Kansas City as a team that's going to get a significant amount of wins just from the very soft schedule they have from being in a very poor division minus the Broncos, and just finishing in last place and getting the schedule advantage from being in last place last year overall. But this is a team where you had 5 turnovers going into the fourth quarters. The Eagles got none from you, and you're struggling to hold on to the lead in the fourth quarter. You get a +5 turnover differential in a game. This is kind of like that Week 1 game between the Giants and Dallas and the Cowboys. And, like, the Cowboys won by, was it 5-6 points in the end? And they had, like, 6 turnovers on the Giants. Like, you shouldn't struggle to win games like that, and that's where the Chiefs are. And, again, a lot of people, again, are arguing with me saying, oh, do you think Alex Smith is a top 10 quarterback now? You said he wasn't last week. He has that incredible winning percentage. Yeah, all he has is a winning percentage. He sucks as a deep threat quarterback. He didn't throw one single ball last Thursday over 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. Not one single time. There was receptions that went beyond that because of runs after the catch. My point is this is a guy who his whole career, he's never been a deep threat. He's never been a deep threat. Defenses never need to respect that, which is why I don't understand why Billy Davis has such a hard time scheming up a defensive plan against this. That fucking zone coverage bullshit is terrible. With a quarterback like Alex Smith, you should be pressing man-to-man on the line. If the play and the receivers go within 20 yards, run into zone coverage from there. Just fucking man up at the line, zone coverage in the perimeter. How fucking hard is that? My God, the whole game, it would be like 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15. Alex Smith, dunk, dunk, dunk. Because that zone coverage just leaves motherfuckers in the open, and he was getting those long 3rd downs every fucking time. I think he missed maybe once or twice on a long 3rd down conversion. It was fucking gross. But coming from this Eagles secondary, a secondary that's going to start a fucking scrub like Nate Allen, who's going to start again this week against the Broncos. Oh, whoa, my God. I just, there's just no hope in this game this next week against the this Sunday against the Broncos. Chiefs, yeah, they're the better team. They won as the better team, and I mean, if you look at things with your eyes open, you would have seen this coming. But as for this week, fucking hell. Got to go into Denver to face the Broncos. Peyton Manning is on pace to have one of the greatest seasons in the history of football for a quarterback. And I honestly, with no exaggeration, think Peyton Manning is going to throw for over 500 yards. And if he doesn't, it should be a disappointment. Because that secondary, the only hope the Eagles have is being able to score at the same pace that the Broncos do. But Peyton Manning, Decker, Welker are going to fuck up those linebackers in secondary coverage. Those slot receptions are going to be out the ass, and it's going to be ugly. It is going to be ugly. If you have Decker, Welker, or Manning on your fantasy team, don't even fucking second guess starting them this week. They're going to have a sick amount of points for you. I'd say if the Eagles can come within 21 points of the Broncos, this should be considered an upset. Because there's no reason why the Broncos shouldn't win this game by 4 more touchdowns. Now, to that end, and of all the hopes of hopes, Chip Kelly's at a spot where he has nothing to lose right now. No one is expecting him to beat the Broncos, and if he wants to show everyone that he's this creative genius that everyone wants to think he is, he should pull every rabbit out of the hat this week. He should just beat the mighty Goliath of the other conference and humble them and bring them to their knees. But the only chance I see them in doing that is getting a lot of turnovers. And Denver's not gonna run the ball out. They're gonna go to the air. I mean, what, Nate Allen and Patrick Chung are gonna pull down interceptions? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, it's just to the point of like hopelessness here in this game. But stranger things have happened, and the term any given Sunday exists for a reason. That is why I am picking the Eagles to pull the upset. Just kidding. The Broncos are going to win this game, and they're going to win by at least 28 points. But again, stranger things have happened. And Chip, you could really vindicate yourself, and you could take a lot of heat off you if you pull a rabbit out of the hat, even if you keep this game close. Even if you keep this game close and put up a lot of points, people will have faith restored in you. So you can even see a significant amount of good coming out of a loss from this. So I don't know. I'm scared people like Shady are going to get hurt now, and Vic is going to get out for the season. And once that happens, it's all over. It's Nick Foles time. It's Bryce Brown time, and it's just more turnover time. So, with that being said, Broncos over the Eagles at Denver at Mile High. Fuck my life. I hope the cable goes out during that game. Just kidding. I'll watch it anyway, even if it's a rout. So let's go over what I got wrong last week. Last week I went 9-7, a little step down from the previous 2 weeks of 11-5 and 11-5. But there are games that I got wrong that I gladly got wrong. Green Bay at Cincinnati. I thought Green Bay had this one, but Cincinnati's looking true to hold up my prediction of saying Cincinnati's win the NFC North this year. A lot of you got on my case saying, how can you pick Cincinnati to win the NFC North over the Ravens, the defending Super Bowl champs? This is why. They're starting off 3-0, and yes, I know anything could change. Cincinnati could lose every game from here on out. I got that, because I remember what the Cardinals did last year. Started out 4-0, and then went 1-11 from there. Anyway, I think they went 1-11. Anyway, next game I got wrong, San Diego at Tennessee. I figured San Diego would have got it done, but who would have known? Tennessee likes to play well at home. Fuck. Cleveland at Minnesota. Cleveland picking up the win after the big Trent Richardson trade. After ownership basically said, sorry, we're throwing in the towel this season. We just want to tank this season. Sorry, Cleveland fans, but fuck you. Now, I don't like the Brownies, but when I see ownership do that to their team, now granted, there is a potential payoff in that, you know, they could get in the Manziel sweepstakes and end up finishing with the worst record this year, but they kind of threw a monkey wrench into things by winning last week. I hate seeing ownership do that, and especially when, like, third week into the season, they're conceding the season. Come on, man. Have a little respect for your fans in Cleveland. Saw that as a big fuck you. A lot of people asked me to weigh in on the Trent Richardson thing. I think it's a great upgrade for Indianapolis. That's for damn sure. And the whole Cleveland thing and forfeit in the season, I'm going to be rooting for Cleveland every single game. I hope they win like 6-7 games, just enough to fuck up a top draft pick. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, good on you, Cleveland. Winning in Minnesota. In Minnesota, fuck you. That's why I hate you. You're my third most hated team. I will never forgive you for the great train robbery. Look it up if you don't know what that is. Fucking Dallas Cowboys. Anyway, Tampa Bay. I picked a win at New England. Fuck. Well, Tampa Bay had the lead 3-0. And then didn't score again. Fuck. That was dumb. Alright, I said no way in hell Washington could start off this season 0-3. I said it's just impossible. There's no way they could take that much of a step down from last year and be a team that would start off 0-3. Fucking hell. Detroit came in and won for the first time ever in Washington. After 20 previous attempts, Detroit comes in and finally wins a game in Washington. And it's to send the Redskins to an 0-3 deficit in the NFC. Well, not deficit, but anyway. 0-3. RG3. RG 0-3. I saw someone with a Redskins jersey on Sunday out in public, and I said that to him, and he just shook his head and walked away. I said, that's right, keep walking. We beat you. And that's all Eagles fans have to brag about this year. Anyway. This Washington team, it's almost to the point where it doesn't matter if RG3 gets, his quote-unquote step back. This team is fucking terrible defensively. They're averaging close to 500 yards given up every game. That is fucking awful. This defense is just fucking awful waffle. That's what the nickname for the Washington defense should be, the awful waffles. Because they're just awful. There's no other way to say it. But you know what? Fuck the Redskins. You guys hear that? Yeah, it's the sound of Redskins Nation. Shutting the fuck up! Talking all that smack to me in week 1. Where the fuck you at now? Deleted account, deleted account, deleted account. Atlanta at Miami. Fuck! Atlanta lost! So much for that NFC juggernaut coming in to face the AFC East team. Fucking hell. Miami. 3-0. Who the hell even thought Miami was going to make the playoffs this year? Oh, that's right. I did. Huh. Alright, that's my way of trying to, save my ass there. Alright, I picked Buffalo to beat the Jets in New York. Well, in New Jersey. Geno Smith, you got to credit where credit is due. The guy is a bona fide starter in this league. Again, I'm not about to call him Joe Montana or anything like that, but the guy's a bona fide starter. With the Jets and Buffalo doesn't deserve to win a single game the rest of the season because the Jets were trying to just express, stamp, envelope, mail that game right to the Buffalo doorstep, and Buffalo just kept saying, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. Get away. Get away. No, no, no. I don't want the win. Get away. Get away. Fucking hell. There was one of the second to last final drive by Buffalo. New York gave Buffalo 3 first downs on a 3rd and long off of penalties. And Buffalo still had to punt. Fucking terrible. E.J. Manuel just looked so fucking shook in the 4th quarter. Fucking hell, that game, oh my god, that game just burned my ass. It just burned my ass to see a team play so fucking poorly. Buffalo should have won that game. They had no excuse to lose it, and they still lost. The fucking Jets. God damn it. And Pittsburgh's 0-3, even though I predicted that game correctly. I just wanted to remind the Pittsburgh fans out there. Anyways, let's go into week 4. We got a bye of Green Bay and a bye for Carolina. So those 2 teams will not be playing if you don't know what bye means. Anyway, 49ers at St. Louis. I got the Rams winning at home for the main reason that the 49ers and their bandwagon fans are pretty much all completely jumped off the ship. They're in those shark-infested waters just getting chomped up. Chomp, 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 chomp. Or they're getting hit by baseballs from the San Francisco Giants. Anyway, they jumped into the bay because, fuck. Don't try and mix sports ever again, Archfiend. Baltimore at Buffalo. Fuck you, Bills. I might have picked you if you didn't look so poor last week to stand strong against Baltimore at home, but man, Joe Flacco is coming in there to fuck you up. Baltimore over the Bills. Cincinnati at Cleveland. I'm going to be rooting for Cleveland this one, but Cincinnati's just such a much better team. Cincinnati's going to be winning in Cleveland. Sorry, but I hope Cleveland wins. I really do. Chicago at Detroit. Nice impressive win against Washington last week, Detroit, but I see the Shy Guys winning. I see them winning. I see them going to 4-0. Go CFL coach. Are they 4-0? No, Chicago's a loss, don't they? No. Fuck it. Anyway. New York Jets. New York Giants at Kansas City. Boy, I guess the schedule makers wanted Andy Reid to face all his former NFC East foes. Well, minus the Eagles, since he coached there. But he's faced 3 NFC East teams in a row. It went Dallas, Philly, and now the Giants. I guess it would have been the Redskins next week, but the Redskins have a bye. But anyway, Giants going into Kansas City. If you thought that Kansas City defense looked good against the Eagles, wait till you see what they look like against Eli Manning. It is going to be pick city. Kansas City, I'm calling for 5 interceptions in this game. But they'll somehow manage to only win by like 9 points because Alex Smith fucking blows. But I'm just kidding. He's okay. He just needed a top 10 quarterback. Deal with it. Arizona at Tampa Bay. Fuck you, Tampa Bay. You let me down with only putting up a 3 spot on New England. Arizona all day. Indianapolis at Jacksonville. I don't know if there's a single team in this league Jacksonville can beat. Indianapolis is winning. Look for Trent Richardson to have a breakout game here. Seattle at Houston. Seattle is unstoppable. I underestimated them so much this year, especially that defense. I knew the defense was good, but I didn't know it was that fucking good. But here's the thing, and I know Seattle fans are going to hate me because I'm picking Houston to win this game. And it's not necessarily that I think Houston is the better team. I just think Houston has more on the line of sacrifice. Like, it is gut check time for this team. And it's in front of that home crowd. It's nut up or shut up time because they just got fucking trounced by the Ravens. They got beat by the Ravens 2 years ago in the playoffs. They're still bitter about that. They're bitter about only being one and done in the playoffs. I see them being just hungry for a win, and they're going to eat up Seattle and spit them out. Sorry, Seattle. I know people are going to be like, oh, you're just a Seattle hater. I picked them to win last week. Come on. Anyway. Seattle losing to Houston. Pittsburgh at Minnesota. Steelers are 0-4. Minnesota's winning at home. Go Christian Ponder. Ooh. I don't know. New York Jets at Tennessee. Like I said, Tennessee plays good at home. Buck the Jets. Tennessee wins. Washington at Oakland. All right, I'm gonna give the same speech I gave last week about the Washington Redskins. All right, there is no fucking way this team that won the NFC East last year in the Washington Redskins could start this season going 0-4. The Oakland Raiders are a very weak team. Just lost their quarterback to a concussion. Fuck the Deadskins, but they're going to win this game. Washington over Oakland at Oakland. Philadelphia at Denver. We already know my pick on that. Denver by at least 28. Dallas at San Diego. I like Phillip Rivers at home. Fuck Dallas. San Diego over the Cowboys. New England at Atlanta. Man. I don't know. I don't know if I'm being clouded by my prediction of saying the Atlanta Falcons were going to the Super Bowl. Granted, I didn't have them winning the Super Bowl, but Matty Ice has got to snap out of this. And I think this is the week he's going to do it. My God, I know I'm just sounding like a New England hater, but it's at home. My God, Matty Ice, fucking wake up and give this New England Patriots team a dose of reality. Because New England shouldn't be undefeated now. Fuck, man. Give them a healthy dose of reality. Bring them back down. Look for Atlanta to win. Miami at New Orleans. A battle of 2 undefeated teams that no one expected to be undefeated at this point. Ending the week on Monday Night Football. Look, the ride's been fun for you, Miami, and again, I see you as a playoff team, but Drew Brees is going to fuck you up, especially in the Superdome. So, look for New Orleans to win. That concludes another week of football review predictions and me crying about how bad my Eagles are going to look in another game. Chip Kelly, please gather up all the rabbits you have, put them in your hat, and bust them out this week. That's all I'm hoping for. Just look respectable in this game. Don't look embarrassing. Don't waste timeouts. Don't waste timeouts on stupid challenges. And my God, offensive line, block someone. Shady, stay healthy. Mike Vick, don't be that Mike Vick that lost his job last year. Fucking hell, that is all.